Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Ahla wa sahla fikum. Welcome to another episode of Learning Arabic Phrases. In today's episode, we'll be learning some of the key phrases on how to invite your colleagues, friends, family to do an activity together. We will as well learn some of the key phrases on how to respond to an invitation. Mumtaz. Without further ado, let's start. And our first phrase is, if you want to invite somebody, you would say, or you can say, عندك شي بكرة عندك شي بكرة. And that's if you're talking to masculine. عندك شي بكرة بكرة عندك شي بكرة. And if you're talking to feminine, you'd say عندك شي بكرة عندك شي بكرة. So the difference between these two phrases, the one above has an ak sound to the end of it, and that's where you're addressing a masculine, and the feminine has an ek sound to the end of it, where you're addressing a feminine. The third phrase, فاضي فاضي, which means free. فاضي بكرة, if you're talking to a masculine, so you could say فاضي فاضي بكرة فاضي بكرة. And if you're talking to a feminine, you would say فاضية 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 بكرة. So if you're talking to Sarah, you would say فاضية بكرة سارة, or you could say سارة بكرة فاضية بكرة بكرة فاضية. And if you're talking to Ahmad, you would say Ahmad بكرة بكرة فاضي, or you could say فاضي بكرة فاضي بكرة, which means are you free tomorrow? Our fourth phrase, شو, which means what. شو عامل بكرة شو عامل شو عامل بكرة شو عامل بكرة. What are you up to tomorrow? And that's if you're talking to masculine. And the feminine, if you're addressing feminine, you would say شو عاملة بكرة شو عاملة بكرة. What are you up tomorrow? شو عاملة بكرة. So both absolutely the same. The masculine, عامل, which means up to or doing, ends with a consonant, whereas the feminine ends with a vowel. So you would say, John, شو عامل بكرة. John, what are you up to tomorrow? And if you're talking to Sarah, you'd say, سارة, شو عاملة بكرة. شو عاملة بكرة. What are you up tomorrow? Okay, we've got another set of phrases. The first one, عازمك. If you're talking to a masculine, you'd say عازمك على الغدا. عازمك على الغدا. And if you're talking to feminine, you'd say عازمك على الغدا. عازمك 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 على الغدا. عازمك على الغدا, I am treating you to lunch. So if you're talking to masculine, you would say عازمك على الغدا. If you're talking to feminine, you would say عازمك على الغدا. And if you're inviting a group of friends, you would say عازمكن على الغدا. عازمكن. So the kun refers to a group of people. There's no gender there. So that's a group of people. You could use it for a group of people with either masculine or feminine there. Okay, our second phrase, you can actually only use the phrase عازمك. عازمك, it implies that actually inviting somebody for food. So whether, depending on the time you're talking, so if it's in the morning, that means you're inviting them to breakfast. And if it's lunch, then you're treating them to lunch. And it's dinner, you're treating them to dinner. So عازمك, if you're talking to masculine, you could say عازمك. أنا عازمك, I'm inviting you. And if you're talking to feminine, you'd say أنا عازمك, I'm inviting you, feminine. عازمكن, I am inviting you, group of people. So it's always referred to food, even we don't have anything written after it, such as the sentence above, but it implies that you're inviting somebody for food, depending on the time of the day you are inviting people to. Our third phrase is جاي عبالك. جاي عبالك. Do you feel like? Do you feel like? So, جاي عبالك, if you're talking to a masculine. I have done previously another tutorial just covering جاي عبالك, so have a look at that as well. It might help you a bit further. جاي عبالك. So it's just a phrase together. جاي عبالك, if you are asking a masculine, do you feel like doing something, an activity together? So here we've got جاي عبالك تروح, you go. جاي عبالك تروح, talking to a masculine. to the, which means to, and which means the. على السينما. So you say, do you feel like going to the cinema? جاي عبالك تروح على السينما. Do you feel like going to the cinema? And the second one, if you say جاي عبالك تروح على القهوة. Do you feel like going to the cafe to have a cup of coffee, for example? And the third one is جاي عبالك تروح على السوق. And سوق, which means souk, and it's used the same in English, and it means the market. So, do you feel, or how about going to the market? You might want to buy something. And the fourth one, we've got جاي عبالك تروح على البحر. بحر, which means the sea. Would you like to go to the sea? Or do you feel like going to the sea? So all you need to do is just to start the phrase with جاي عبالك تروح على, followed by any of these places, or you could add another place. And our second phrase is absolutely the same, but here you're inviting a feminine. So the top one, if you're inviting a masculine, and the bottom one, if you're inviting feminine. So you could say جاي عبالك. جاي عبالك, do you feel like? جاي عبالك تروحي. جاي عبالك تروحي على السينما. Would you like to go to the cinema? So the difference between both phrases is the second word, where the attachment, the possessive pronouns, you're addressing a masculine, where you're adding ak to the end of عبال. So say جاي عبالك تروح. جاي عبالك تروح. Whereas if you're talking to a feminine, you say جاي عبالك تروحي. جاي عبالك تروحي على السينما. Would you like to go to the cinema? جاي عبالك تروحي على القهوة. Would you like to go to the cafe? جاي عبالك تروحي على القهوة. قهوة and سوق and then بحر, which means sea. Great, we've got another set for you guys. And the other one is just straight away, do you fancy going? So we start with the verb directly and we say بتروح على السينما. Do you fancy going to the cinema? And that is if you're talking to masculine. بتروح على السينما. And you could say بتروح على القهوة. Would you like to go to cafe? Or do you fancy going to the cafe? And the other one, بتروح على السوق. Do you fancy going to the market? بتروح على البحر. Do you fancy going to the sea? And you're right. The feminine is absolutely the same, but the conjugation for the verb, it differs. So the feminine has an extra E sound to the end of it. So if you're talking to feminine, you'd say بتروحي. بتروحي على السينما. Do you fancy going to the cinema? بتروحي على القهوة. بتروحي على السوق. And بتروحي على البحر. Would you like to go, or do you fancy going to the sea? Our third phrase, the other one, which is what do you make? What do you think? Because here we're using the vocabulary think, رأي. So you could say, if you're talking to masculine, شو رأيك? شو رأيك? What do you think? شو رأيك? نروح, we go. شو رأيك? شو, what? رأيك, you think. نروح, we go. شو رأيك نروح على السينما? What do you make of going to that? And then the name of the place. شو رأيك نروح على السينما? What do you make of going to the cinema? شو رأيك نروح على القهوة? What do you make of going to the cafe? شو رأيك نروح على السوق? What do you make of going to the market? And equally بحر, which means sea. So here the phrase is شو رأيك نروح. شو رأيك نروح. And if you're treating your missus, you could say شو رأيك نروح. So if you're talking to your partner, you would say شو رأيك نروح. شو رأيك نروح. What do you make of us going على السينما, to go to the cinema. شو رأيك نروح على القهوة. شو رأيك نروح على السوق. شو رأيك نروح على البحر. So instead of these four vocabulary which I chose for you, you could actually add anything else. You could add a city, you could add a town, you could add any tourist attraction, anything you fancy. Great. And now we will learn the responses. So the first one is فكرة حلوة كتير. What a lovely idea. فكرة حلوة كتير. يلا نروح. Let's go. يلا نروح. يلا نروح. So فكرة حلوة كتير. يلا نروح. The second one بتمنى بس عندي شغل. I really like to, but I have some work. بتمنى, which means I hope. بتمنى بس عندي شغل. I hope, but I have work. That's the literal translation for it. The overall translation means, I really like to, but I have some work. بتمنى بس عندي شغل. Just in case if you're wondering, this is alif maqsura, or we call it short alif, and that differs from the ya, because the ya has two dots, whereas alif maqsura or short alif does not have any dots, so that's why we pronounce it بتمنى بس عندي شغل. Okay, the other one says يا ريت لأن لازمني استراحة كمان. So يا ريت, which means I wish because I need a break too. I wish because I need a break too. So you say يا ريت لأن لازمني I need لازمني استراحة a break استراحة a break or rest. كمان, which means as well. So yes please, and I need a break as well. Our fourth one is جاي عبالي بس ما فيني. I'd love to, but I can't. جاي عبالي بس ما فيني. جاي عبالي بس ما فيني. I'd love to, but I can't. Okay, we've got another set of responses, and the first one is ما بظن. I don't think so. ما بظن, I don't think. ما بظن فيني اليوم. I don't think I can today. ما بظن فيني اليوم. ما بظن فيني اليوم. Our second phrase. بجوز بكرة, perhaps tomorrow. بجوز بكرة. بجوز بكرة. غير مرة إن شاء الله. غير مرة إن شاء الله. غير مرة إن شاء الله, which means inshallah another time, or maybe another time. So غير مرة. غير, the gha is the French R. Gha, bonjour. Gha, or reise if it's full in German. So غير مرة, and the R in Arabic is the Spanish or Italian R. So you have to roll your tongue. غير مرة inshallah, which means hopefully or inshallah next time. Our fourth response is فيني, I can. بس, but. لازم, I need to, I have to. ارجع, I return. بكير, early. لحضر, to prepare. لدرس العربي بكرة. لحضر is to prepare. لدرس العربي for. لا, درس is lesson, and العربي is Arabic. بكرة, tomorrow. So you're saying, yes, I can, but I have to return early to prepare for my Arabic class tomorrow. فيني بس لازم ارجع بكير. فيني بس لازم ارجع بكير لحضر لدرس العربي بكرة. فيني بس لازم ارجع بكير لحضر لدرس العربي بكرة. Great. And that was our final response. And the responses could be used by masculine and feminine. So here there's no gender because I, masculine and feminine, we share the same conjugation. Great. Thank you very much for watching this episode, and I hope you really enjoyed learning some Arabic with me. And till next time, keep well, and I hope you have a lovely day. Ma salama.